Welcome to the Academy of Notre Dame and our virtual open house. We are very happy to share the Notre Dame experience with you. I'm delighted to introduce you to our head of school, Dr. Judith Dwyer.
Welcome to the Academy of Notre Dame de Namur and our beautiful Villanova campus. And welcome to this special virtual open house. Since 1856, Notre Dame has inspired young women in the legacy of the Sisters of Notre Dame de Namur and the founding and charism of St. Julie Billiard. St. Julie always emphasized the goodness of God, and in an academic setting, we emphasize the goodness of our students as well, their integrity, their honesty. We surround them with an environment of responsible freedom and an honor code, because we believe in this environment they grow to be women of faith and self-confidence, leaders ready for a global society. Today, you will hear from our distinguished faculty, our dedicated staff, and our talented students. Enjoy this virtual open house, and let's make it a great day, Notre Dame.
Hello, I'm Dr. Liz Willis. I'm the Associate Head of School here at the Academy of Notre Dame de Namur. In my role, I really have the opportunity to guide and help shape students' experience as they navigate their own individual paths through the smattering and extensive offerings that we have. Here at the Academy, not only are our young women given an extraordinary college preparatory education, but they are also given opportunities to engage with other young women both here, locally, and internationally through a variety of extensive programs. So what truly differentiates the Academy of Notre Dame as an exemplar in girls' faith-based education is our commitment to community. Young women arrive at the Academy with so many questions about who they are, what they want to create, the person that they want to be. And not only do we welcome their questions and honor their individuality, we really help them understand their own role in creating that future, in creating that pathway. There's an awareness of belonging and connection and meaning that our girls experience on a day-to-day basis that will serve them and connect them far beyond the gates of the Academy.
Notre Dame is a wonderful choice for any girl who's trying to pursue not only excellence, but also a place where she can be her true and authentic self. A place where your faith drives you to come to school every day and be the best you can be.
I chose to come to Notre Dame because the academics are really great, the teachers are super supportive, and all of the older girls are very, very nice.
The staff really made it feel welcome. I remember they had the seniors at that time take the sixth graders on a tour.
It's truly an experience like no other. The community, the teachers, the students. It's just such a great environment for you to really foster your growth, not just as an individual, but also as a young woman.
One of the things that I love about the Notre Dame community is the sense of sisterhood.
The Notre Dame sisterhood has pushed me to be the best version of myself in and out of the classroom.
The one thing about the sisterhood that has always struck me is the fact that they don't separate, the middle school and the high school from each other. So in that sense, it's great that we all move around as a school and, you get to see different grades and you get to interact with other people that aren't just in your classes.
You get to look up to people who are so amazing and you get to see them almost every day.
You can tell that everyone that you're with at school genuinely wants to be there, and everyone just wants what's best for each other. And your sisters are there for you on your best days and your worst days. And honestly, here at Notre Dame, I've formed friendships that I know will last a lifetime and go with me far beyond the gates.
One of the best parts about Notre Dame, and one of the things that makes Notre Dame special, is the honor code.
The honor code is an important part of Notre Dame. It is just trusting each other and believing in each other as honorable young women.
Here, the teachers really trust you, and they want what's best for you. It's just a good system of trust between the students and teachers.
I've been playing sports here since I was a sixth grader. It's always been a great, very fun experience. The Interact League is really, really challenging, but it's very fun. We've always had great coaches here. I play lacrosse, and that's my favorite sport.
I play field hockey, I do the swim team in the winter, and crew, and then either golf or track in the spring. The coaches are super nice and just very fun.
My favorite Notre Dame tradition is probably Spirit Day.
The whole middle school gets to spend the day together, and then the whole high school gets to spend the day together, and then at the end we all go into the gym, and the high school does these little performances. But the seniors, they're always the best because they're graduating, so they make it super special.
My favorite Notre Dame tradition has to be community prayer. Every Wednesday, we gather to pray together, and it usually involves a reflection that one of the girls has written and then presents.
My favorite Notre Dame tradition is the mother-daughter picnic we have in September.
Prior to the picnic, there was a beautiful liturgy where all the freshmen, including myself, received our St. Julie medallions, and then after we all convened on the mansion lawn, it just made me feel so welcome and really part of the school.
The one tradition I love at Notre Dame is the Advent Angels during Christmas time, where the students get into the spirit of Christmas by giving and surprising one of their fellow sisters.
It's kind of like Secret Santa, but longer, and it's just a fun way to get to know the girls, and I think everyone has a good time.
The rootedness of our program, our campus, in our mission, as well as the deep and sustained devotion of our teaching faculty really manifest in the remarkable beauty and possibility of this campus. It's a commitment to our powerful belief in girls' education and the delivering of a faith-focused preparation for the future.
The middle school at Notre Dame offers a robust schedule. The students will spend time in the classroom, they'll spend time on the stage dancing, they will also explore their artistic abilities in art class, whether it's graphic design or painting.
We have small class sizes, so I felt a really good bond with the girls that were in my class just because there weren't too many people and it was good to get to know people really quickly. And especially in the younger grades, you have a core group that are in a lot of your classes, so I just got a little bit closer with all of them through being with them all day.
Our sixth graders also have the opportunity to have an experience with each of the 4 languages that we offer at Notre Dame, which are French, Latin, Spanish, and Mandarin. By the time they get to high school, we're usually looking at putting them in level 2 or level 2 honors of whatever language they've chosen, which puts them in a great place for high school.
I teach math, I teach geometry, intro to finance, and the second half of entrepreneurship. Mathematics for me has always been great because it solves real-world problems. And what I'm looking for in all my courses is to translate that skill to my students. My favorite class is probably geometry because there's a lot of deductive reasoning, a lot of critical thinking and problem solving, although finance is pretty good too, as well as entrepreneurship. It's a very nice environment. It's a very communal aspect where you encourage students to not only just listen to the material, but push back and ask questions and get into a dialogue either with the teacher or with fellow students.
I teach 6th grade science, and I love to give them a total love of the earth as we go through the whole year. You know, not every kid's going to be a scientist or a science researcher, but for me to give them a love of science as we go through the year is kind of the goal I always have. My courses are challenging but fun, and the thing I hope that girls take from my lessons is the fact that they can do anything. They can be doctors or nurses or anything they want to study in history, but they just have to believe in themselves, and I as a teacher am there to help them and support them along the way.
I teach Catholic morality, and I also teach a course in social justice issues in film. We look at issues like the environment, capital punishment, genetic engineering, racism, poverty, and all of these issues are important in our world, and for that reason, they are important to me and to my students. And the one lesson with which I hope the girls leave my classes is the idea that they are made in God's image and likeness, and therefore, they are intrinsically valuable, loved, and wonderful, not just because of what they do or what they've achieved, but more importantly, simply because who they are.
I teach social studies to the middle school, and it is a very important subject to me. I've always loved history and I loved learning from the past. Social studies is important for my students to learn so they can keep looking at the past and learning from them when they continue to make history on their own. What I hope my students take from my classes is not always what they get on a test or what they learn in terms of history. I want them to really understand who they are and their capabilities and their possibilities. And I want them to always believe in themselves. Because if they truly believe in themselves, then they are capable of experiencing and accomplishing anything that they set their mind to later in life.
Going to an all-girls school has really increased my confidence in the classroom, and just having great relationships with my teacher has really allowed me to push myself academically, and I know that I'll have the confidence going into whatever career I choose because of Notre Dame.
One of the things that I love the best about the Notre Dame community are the girls. Notre Dame girls inspire me because they're always willing to try something new. They're not shy about exploring the world. They're not shy about trying new and different things.
They're always smiling. They always are smiling in the hallway or in the classroom. They never have their heads down, and they always are tough workers through everything we do.
Working with them is just so exciting because they're so curious, they want to learn, and they've just got this great energy.
They're very intelligent, strong-willed, independent, and they have a love for learning. And that love for learning fosters my work.
When I came here in 6th grade, I really feel like my world was really small and that, I didn't know much about the world and I had a lot to learn. And over my past 7 years here, it's been crazy how much I feel like I've grown and how much I feel like the world has come to me and how much Notre Dame has taught me. It's amazing how much I feel like a part of this community and how ready I'm for college and my future because Notre Dame taught me those things that I needed.
We hope you enjoyed this introduction to our Notre Dame community. We now invite you to join us for our live sessions with faculty and staff. Thank you.